Hello, my name's Mike Forrest. I'm chair of Wisbech Reads. At the beginning of March, Wisbech Reads went into some of our local primary schools with a poetry roadshow. We were working with year 2 children and they were listening to poems, they were choosing poems, and they were also writing poems. And we asked each group to suggest an animal, and then we wrote together a poem about that animal. And what I wanted to do was just share with you some of the poems that these children wrote. They were very imaginative and creative in their ideas. We asked them to think of words associated with that animal, and we also looked at rhyming words. And we had a great time. So here are the poems that the children wrote. We'll start with Alderman Payne Primary School at Parson Drove. And the first poem is about a frog. A blue frog, a blue spotty frog who lives on a log next to a bog. He has googly eyes and likes to eat flies. His sticky tongue he sticks out and sniffs with his snout as his lunch flies about. A second group at that school chose to write a poem about a dinosaur. A dinosaur, a gargantuan dinosaur, an angry gargantuan dinosaur. Why is he angry? Because he is hungry. He is looking for something to eat with his sharp, shiny teeth. Then he will stop stomping and his tummy will stop grumbling. The third group at Alderman Payne School wanted to write a poem about penguins, and we were exploring all the things that we could describe about penguins, and we came up with this idea, a poem called What Do Penguins Do on Holiday? They lie in the sun and have lots of fun. They slide in the snow, penguins in a row. And every night they have a snowball fight. They swim in the sea to look for their tea and catch lots of fish to put in a dish. Moving on to Elm School. A monkey. The monkey is very naughty and very cheeky too. He laughs when he is tickled and makes the noise ooh ooh. He steals all the bananas and hides them in his tree. He swings through the vines and then eats them for his tea. The monkey is very naughty and very stinky too. When he's eaten all the bananas, he does a smelly poo. An unusual suggestion for an animal that came from Elm School was to write a poem, and this was a bit of a challenge, to write a poem about a king cobra. A king cobra is a huge snake. He is stripy and scaly and scary. His fangs drip venom and his neck is stretchy. He lives in the desert, a dry, hot land. He slithers and slides across the sand. And then to a school in Wisbech, Elm Road Primary School. And the first poem they wrote is about a tiger. There's a tiger in my school, and her name is Lily. She eats popcorn for her tea, which does sound rather silly. She dances on the tables and likes to read the books. When visitors come to see us, they give her funny looks. Well, of course, Elm Road School doesn't have a tiger, but they do have a dolphin. It's a litter bin in the playground. We could see this out of the window, and so we decided to write a poem about the dolphin. There's a dolphin in the playground, and her name is Jerry. She eats lots of rubbish, which makes her very merry. In the day she is a bin, but when we are out of sight, she comes to life and moves around happily at night. And the third poem that Elm Road Primary School wrote was about a zebra. A stripy zebra shaped like a horse. He has a black nose, and when he sleeps, he snores. He is black and white and has big hooves. When he sees a lion, he quickly moves. Gorefield Primary School. Their first poem is about a fox. Goldilocks has a pet fox. He jumps over rocks and gets muddy socks. He keeps his food in a box and fastens it with big, strong locks. The second poem is about a dog and a frog. I saw a dog playing with a frog. They were having fun jumping in the sun. The frog's legs were long. They were all so strong. The dog found a bone and carried it home. And their third poem is about a panda. A panda lives in China and he is black and white. He likes to swing in trees and climbs to a great height. What is his favourite food? He likes to eat bamboo. When finished, he's still hungry, and so he cries, boo-hoo! Guyherne Primary School. An elephant. A ginormous elephant. A ginormous muddy elephant. A ginormous, noisy, heavy, muddy elephant. Has a water-sucking trunk. If he sits on you, he will squash you with all the water he has drunk. A spider. A spider. A black spider. A black hairy spider is crawling in my bed. I'm too scared to go to sleep. She might crawl on my head. A bear. A grizzly bear. A vicious grizzly bear. A gigantic vicious grizzly bear is mad because he lost a fight. He is stomping and growling all day and all night. He lost the fight because he wasn't the right height. He got such a fright that he turned white, which of course would make him a polar bear. Leverington Primary Academy. A peacock. A beautiful peacock with feathers green and blue. I heard him sneeze, achoo! He must have got the flu. A glamorous peacock, spreading his feathers out when there are female birds flying all about. A scorpion. An orange-red scorpion lying in the sun. I hope I don't stand on him, it wouldn't be much fun. He might sting me and nip me or give me a bite. I'd have to go to hospital and stay there all the night. Another poem about a zebra. A zebra has stripes that are black and white. He has a mohawk mane. Oh, what a sight. He is with his friends. They are playing hide and seek. He must not make a noise, not even a little squeak. And then we wrote this extra little bit at the end. A zebra crossing, a zebra crossing. Black and white, black and white. Now you see him, now you don't. excuse me. Murrow Primary Academy were very keen to write a poem about a unicorn. A unicorn has a bright shiny horn that sparkles in the air. He can fly high in the sky with his rainbow-coloured hair. His wings are soft and bright and gleam in the light. He has a colourful, glittery mane. He eats apples that are red and likes jam and bread, but it gives him tummy pain. A koala. A koala. A fuzzy koala. A fuzzy, fluffy koala. Has a black nose. Has a wet black nose. Has a sloppy, wet black nose. She climbs trees with sharp claws. 1, 2, 3, 4. A safe place to sleep and something to eat. A polar bear. The polar bear was old. The polar bear was cold. The polar bear was bold. That's what I've been told. He was hungry for a fish and dived in with a splish. He caught it with his claws and ate it with his jaws. The polar bear was ferocious. His teeth were vicious. His fur was white and he was a great height. Orchard School in Wisbech. A giraffe. A ginormous giraffe. His neck and legs and tail are long. He eats leaves from the top of trees to make him healthy and strong. A cheetah. A yellow and black cheetah likes to run fast. He is playing with his friends. Who will come last? My cat. My black and white cat can sleep anywhere. When I stroke his fur, it makes him purr. He plays with a ball and comes when I call. When he stands up, it makes him tall. A snake. A spotty snake. A spotty, scaly snake. A slimy, spotty, scaly snake is slithering in my pool. I think I'll have him as my pet. That will be really cool. A pig. A pink pig, a big pink pig, a big fat pink pig is singing and dancing in the city, jumping in muddy puddles and looking very pretty. And another one called My Cat, and this one is based on a true story that one of the children told us. My black and white cat is very fat. She ran away because she wanted to play. I was very sad, but she came back and made me glad. Now Peckover Primary School in Wisbech. A crocodile. Have you ever seen a crocodile? He has sharp teeth and a cheeky smile. On his short legs he has got claws. When he catches his food, snap go his jaws. My dog. My dog is old. He doesn't like the cold. He has sharp claws at the end of his paws. He has a loud bark and sharp teeth like a shark. He plays in the park and comes home when it's dark. A cow. On a farm far away lives a cow called Princess. She is a bit stinky and her field is a mess. She swishes her long tail to keep the flies away. She gives us milk to drink and likes to play all day. A panther. A black panther, lying in a tree, waiting for its prey. I hope it isn't me. A black panther, creeping on its way. He likes to eat meat, so he's following his prey. A black panther, running fast and free. He pounces on his prey and eats it for his tea. A worm. One of the children at Peckover suggested that we wrote a poem about a worm, and we thought about where worms might be found, and then we thought about where we might not want to find a worm. And the result was this poem. A worm. There was a worm in my shoe, but I didn't know. I put my foot in and felt wriggling on my toe. Something felt slimy and squishy, I think. I took off my shoe and saw something pink. A long stripy worm was hiding in my shoe. It gave me quite a scare. I hope it doesn't happen to you. A fish. A cute baby fish swimming in the blue wavy sea, weaving in and out of the seaweed where a shark is waiting for his tea. The shark opens his mouth, but in the end he sees it is a baby and makes it his friend. And then the last school that we have poems from is Wisbech St. Mary. We wrote a poem about a chimpanzee, and they obviously enjoyed it because at the end of the day they emailed us and said, we've written a second verse. So the first verse was written in the 15-minute workshop, and the second verse they added themselves afterwards. And they wanted to call it the most devilish chimpanzee in the world. A cheeky chimpanzee is living in my house. He's making such a mess, I'd rather have a mouse. He's looking in the fridge and swinging from the light, destroying everything and being noisy in the night. He's flushed my glasses down the toilet and shattered the lamp. He weed all over my carpet. It left my carpet damp. He gulped all the bananas and left the skins on the floor. He has stolen the car keys and escaped out the back door. A butterfly. A beautiful butterfly flying high in the sky with rainbow wings and orange rings, having fun in the sun. And finally, on the farm, a fluffy sheep that's gone to sleep, a fat pig that's very big. Moo, says the cow. The cat replies, meow. A big brown horse, a dog with paws, a woolly llama, and a handsome farmer. Thank you for listening to these poems. I hope you enjoyed them as much as we enjoyed working with the children to write them. Thank you. Goodbye.